So hi guys, welcome back to this week's Walster Wednesday, and in this week's Walster Wednesday I'm going to react to a video called the top 10 best conspiracies. I'm going to react to them, just see which ones they are, see which ones what I think about them. Let me know down in the comments your favourite conspiracy theories, what you think about the video, and just let me know any other conspiracy theories you might think you might know, because then I might research them and do another follow-up video, a longer video, just discussing different conspiracy theories and just sort of talking about them in a little bit more detail than obviously just watching this video. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into the video.
The world is full of wild conspiracy theories, so much so that we couldn't just limit ourselves to one list.
Harvard study in China says that fluoride lowers children's IQ by 7 points.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for another top 10 conspiracy theories.
When you connect the dots.
That's David Icke, innit? The big conspiracy. I might, in the future video that I do about conspiracy theories, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and talk about David Icke, and, you know, because he's done a lot of research into conspiracy theories, so it would be good to see what he thinks. Obviously I'm not going to get him on the channel, but just to see his ideas and come from his background, see what he says.
Between apparently unconnected people and situations and organizations, that's when the tapestry appears and you go, whoa.
For this list, we're looking at hypotheses and theories that suggest people have hidden or brought about a certain event or situation that is usually against the law or destructive to others.
And obviously everyone wondered if he had actually seen God.
If you don't see a theory you think should be on the list, be sure to check out our videos of the top 10 conspiracy theories of all time and the top 10 crazy conspiracy theories.
Well, that sounds like there's two other videos to watch, so I'll watch them in the future. Let me know if you want to see them, because I will watch them in the future if you like this video. So let me know down in the comments what you'd like to see.
Theories.
Donaldson believes that as the plane climbs toward 14,000 feet, the men below have already locked the heat-seeking weapons.
Number 10. Hitler lived out the rest of his life in Argentina.
Argentina. Out of all the places he could have gone to, he goes to Argentina. I gotta hear more about this.
It became pretty obvious that the death in the bunker was nothing but, well, fiction. Or maybe somebody died in the bunker, but it wasn't Adolf Hitler.
A number of conspiracy theories are attached to famous figures in history, and Adolf Hitler is no different. With the Allies closing in and the war all but over, Hitler committed suicide in his bunker with his wife, Eva Braun. British authors Simon Dunstan and Gerard Williams have a different theory about Hitler's end, however. They believe that the Fuhrer didn't actually kill himself, but rather escaped to Argentina, and body doubles were shot instead.
Right, so he's gone through all the I know obviously Nazi Germany, but he gone through all this trouble. Body doubles and all that, and he went to Argentina. He could have gone to Austria, where he was born, Sweden, where no one's going to find him, Finland, where no one's going to find him, Russia, where no one's going to find him. There's plenty of places in Europe he could have gone without being found, but he goes all the way to Argentina. It's a mad one, that. I just don't understand that one.
Prevorrò, perché era un recién neolaureado en historia, de investigar bonariamente la muerte de Hitler.
According to their book, Grey Wolf, The Escape of Adolf Hitler, the married couple settled down and had 2 daughters in South America before dying in 1962.
This was during 1947.
Estuvo Hitler ahí, sí. Tuvo 3 días, eso yo sí. Eso yo porque vimos los choferes y todo, el padre Mónica también, pero nosotros teníamos que callarlo la boca.
This idea has been widely dismissed by historians, though, who claim that the theory has no substance.
We got to the age of information where the truth should be out there, so let's get it out. That's what we're trying to do.
Number 9.
Yeah, that's why I don't believe. Most conspiracy theories, surely the information should be out there already, considering but you just Google something now, and you get it. Let's see what this number 9 has to offer.
Josef Mengele and the Land of the Twins.
But he never looked nobody in his eyes.
From one Nazi to another, Josef Mengele, also known as the Angel of Death, was assigned the task of discovering how twins were produced, in the hopes that this information could increase the Aryan birth rate.
These are all identical twins used for medical experiment. Hundreds of twins from all over Europe were brought to this camp. They were numbered, but their origin and even their names are unknown.
According to one theory, Mengele was successful, just not in Germany. He was said to have fled to Cangeiro Godoy, a small town in Brazil near the end of the war.
Right, you go all the way to Brazil to find out about twins. Surely there's plenty of places in Europe you could go. Anywhere. All you have to do is go. That's why twins exist. Obviously that's not exactly like how it is, but there's plenty of doctors already when you could go see. You didn't have to go all the way to Brazil.
And continued to visit it in the 60s. This is the same town that has seen as many as 1 in 5 pregnancies result in twins. In fact, the town's official crest has a road sign that welcomes visitors to the Land of the Twins. Historians dispute the idea that Mengele ever actually experimented with twins there, while geneticists believe biological factors explain the twin phenomenon.
In all, Mengele murdered 3,000 twins. Some after chemicals were injected directly into their eyeballs. His aim? To turn the color of eyes from inferior brown to Aryan blue.
Number 8.
This number 8 has got to be to do with the considering it's lost cosmonauts. I'm going to go with it should be about Soviet Russia, but let's find out.
Lost cosmonauts.
Are you from another planet? It's Gagarin. Gagarin went into space.
Yuri Gagarin was the first human to journey to outer space. Or was he? According to the lost or phantom cosmonauts conspiracy theory, Gagarin was the first human to survive the journey, but he was not the first sent to space.
Rumors of lost cosmonauts have been around since at least 1965.
Allegedly.
I mean, obviously there will be issues because Soviet Russia keeping secrets. However, I would have thought you'd been able to find them out, considering the Soviet Union has been disbanded since then, and now it's Russia. But you never know. You never know.
The Soviet Union launched at least 2 unsuccessful manned space flights before Gagarin's. However, any information about these flights was concealed from the public because of the ongoing Cold War. Though most of the state's formerly restricted information has become available since the collapse of the USSR, there has been little uncovered to support this particular theory.
While the lost cosmonaut theory itself may not hold up to scrutiny, one thing's for sure. When it comes to Soviet Russia, there's plenty of stuff they don't want you to know.
It is true though. Like Soviet, there was quite a lot that happened in Soviet Russia that nobody actually still knows about because they didn't want people to know. So I understand that. So that was got a little bit of a leg to stand on.
7. MH370 landed on Diego Garcia. Since the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 on March 8, 2014, there have been a number of theories that have emerged surrounding the incident.
Whoever was piloting this aircraft was trying to avoid detection.
One theory claims that the plane was headed towards a U.S. military base on Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean.
That I'm calling rubbish. I'm calling that rubbish because you saw then the planned search area was off the coast of Australia. Why would they shoot it? If they were going to shoot it down and have no one find it, why would they do it there? Why don't they just do it in the middle of the ocean where it's not going to be found? I know it's not, some of it's not been found, but why off the coast of Australia? Why don't you just do it in the middle of the ocean? I'm calling this one off.
But was shot down by U.S. forces who feared that the plane may have been attempting an attack on the base. While the FBI has disputed those allegations, the lack of an actual explanation for the disappearance means that this theory likely won't go away anytime soon.
One thing you learn in any form of accident investigation is you rule nothing out.
I'm going to rule it out. I'm ruling it out. I don't think that not happened. That just didn't happen. That's just stupid. That never happened.
Number 6. Shakespeare didn't write all his plays.
Could it be true that the greatest writer in the English language was as fictional as his plays?
Did the most famous playwright of all time even exist? Probably yes. But he may not have written all of his plays, at least according to this theory. Some people claim that William Shakespeare was just a pen name used by a number of different writers.
But then you just contradicted yourself by saying he used to use a pen name. So technically it doesn't exist then. He's just a fictional name. So he didn't exist then. Just saying.
I want to thank my actors. It's great acting has brought my words to life.
Then there are others who believe in the Oxfordian theory of Shakespeare authorship, which claims that the 17th century Earl of Oxford, Edward de Vere, actually wrote what's considered to be the Bard's work.
Promise me you'll keep our secret safe, that you won't expose Shakespeare.
These alternative authorship theories have gained some traction due to the lack of biographical information about Shakespeare's life, but they are generally disregarded among English historians. Number 5.
Again, I think Shakespeare wrote his plays. Shakespeare exists, Shakespeare wrote his plays. He just was that good. I just don't think, I really don't think that loads of people are going to use the name William Shakespeare to write a play. Really? No.
Water fluoridation for mass mind control.
Guys, how do my teeth look? Pretty good? Okay, great. Fluoride in the water might be helping that, but it might also be doing other things.
Fluoride helps make human teeth stronger, but some people believe that the government is putting fluoride in drinking water for another reason: to control the population.
The Telegraph points out a epidemiological study that was done there. They say fluoride in drinking water may trigger depression and weight gain.
In 1954, chemist Charles Eliot Perkins declared that anyone who drinks fluoridated water for over a year will never be the same again, either physically or mentally.
An excess of fluoride causes fluorosis, which is the eating away of the enamel on your teeth. This is indicative of what it's doing to your body on a larger scale.
During World
Yes, there will be fluoride in the water, but I think is it an American thing? Because I don't know whether it's a UK thing. It might be an American thing. Just if it is an American thing, your problem, not mine.
War II, the Nazis allegedly used fluoridated water to force people in concentration camps into calm submission, or even to sterilize humans. While it's been argued that the Nazi claim is an urban myth, it's also been alleged that water fluoridation was part of a plot to enforce communism in America in the 1950s and 60s.
Countries and states are going to continue being on board with fluoridation until someone finds damning evidence that they shouldn't be, which in 70 years, no one has yet found.
Number 4.
Right. The reason why they put flipping fluoride in the water is probably because it's cheaper and it saves them a hell of a lot of money. So why on earth would they they would just want to save money. So obviously they're just going to put it in. They're not bothered about the side effects because nobody's really done any research to it. I know there was one case that they said there, I think it was in the 50s, but that was the 50s. Stuff changed. Yeah, no.
4. World leaders are lizard people, also known as reptilians.
In simple terms, there is a predator race which take a reptilian form. They're feeding off humanity. They've turned humanity into a slave race.
Are a bunch of...
No. This one is utter nonsense. I'm sorry. Really? Reptiles? People have turned into reptiles?
Lizards responsible for the 9/11 attacks and the Holocaust? According to one theory, yes. In David Icke's book, The Biggest Secret, he claimed that most world leaders are actually shape-shifting reptilian beings, or have been possessed by them, and use horrific events to promote fear and hatred.
I have talked to hundreds and hundreds of people all over the world. I've been to more than 40 countries researching this, who have told me the same basic recurring story of seeing people, often in positions of power, but not always, change from a human into a reptilian form and then go back again. Sometimes it's for a few seconds, sometimes it's for longer.
They're also...
Right, so you're telling me that people see people in power, I know he said there was other people, but people in power that change into reptiles. Right. I want whatever they're smoking, because it's super strong stuff then.
Also apparently between 7 and 12 feet tall, and come from a different planet. What more do you need to know?
Right, if it's between 7 and 12 foot, how on earth are you missing it? 7 foot and 12 foot, that's a flipping basketball player.
Number 3, global warming is a hoax.
Right, global warming is not a hoax, it is 100% real. This one is a complete lie. I don't understand how people aren't like this.
It's a statistical anomaly. It's meaningless, and they actually admit this in previous NASA press releases, but they're not announcing that today.
One of the most popular and socially relevant theories on our list. This is one where people believe that global warming isn't actually happening.
The problem is this thin layer of atmosphere is being thickened by all of the global warming pollution that's being put up there.
While Al Gore and almost all scientists have provided evidence to the contrary, this theory claims that climate change is a hoax created by the government to keep the public in a state of worry and panic.
Really? So all the governments all over the world, this is one thing that's one that gets me. All the governments all over the world have come together and decided global warming is a hoax. We need to do all this. Really? They can't even organise a flipping vaccination program for this flipping this virus. They can't agree on what to do.
Making them easier to control.
According to climate change skeptic Myra Nabel, global warming is a hoax created by the European Union to damage the U.S. economy.
Some supporters of this theory...
It's created by the EU to damage U.S. economy. Right.
Theory also claim that technology is responsible for raising the Earth's temperature, a technology that the government is keeping secret.
Some of these alleged emails may actually hold the key or actually the clues to prove that the theory of global warming is a huge conspiracy.
Number 2, advanced knowledge of the Pearl Harbor attack. The U.S. government has been the target of several conspiracy theories throughout its history, with one of the biggest revolving around Pearl Harbor.
FDR certainly did have a motivation to deliberately withhold vital intelligence from Pearl Harbor.
This theory suggests that President Franklin Delano Roosevelt knew about the planned Japanese attack in December 1941, but decided not to act because he needed an excuse to get the Americans into the Second World War.
To overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people in their righteous might will win through to absolute victory.
This theory gained some traction because the American public and Congress were overwhelmingly against joining the conflict at the time. But it has largely been dismissed by historians.
Everyone who worked on it at the time has said then and since that we simply were not far enough along to read any of these Japanese naval messages for intelligence.
Before we end,
so let's just put that to bed then. It had me a little bit, but no, he didn't get me in the end. Because that guy came in and said, "Oh, yeah, you know, maybe not, because we weren't that far ahead." Alright, so let's have a look at these honourable mentions then.
Fail our number 1 pick. Here are some honorable mentions.
We got eyewitnesses saying there's missiles coming up from 2 or 3 different places.
I'm 100% convinced that missiles were fired that night.
Notice how Jesus and Mary.
So there was something about missiles. Now we're on to Jesus.
Are clothed. Mirror images of each other.
The mind sees what it chooses to see.
But if you see creatures from another world, it's only the world.
Airport is the HQ of the Illuminati New World Order. Neo-Nazi or Reptiles. Choose one of them. Choose one of them. You've got 4 to choose from. Pick one.
Having a little fun.
The Rothschild Zionists took control of Israel, where they've been ever since.
Number 1. New World Order.
NASA is attempting to implement a new world order, using organized religion as a means of controlling the masses. At the core of Project Bluebeam is the establishment of a global new...
Right, one thing they just said there, organised religion, yeah? Well, how come all different religions, yeah? They all have different beliefs, they all have different things. So how can that be organised? How can it be organised?
New Age religion.
The most powerful people in the world might not be lizards, but they may be part of a secret organization, at least according to this conspiracy theory.
This world is mine for the taking. Make me king as we move toward a new world order.
The goal of all of these groups, including the Illuminati, is to create the New World Order, an authoritarian government that will rule the world.
Large groups of people can be held in check by belief systems given to them by a tiny elite, which keeps the core of knowledge to itself.
They allegedly use mind control, social...
I know I should be attacking people. Actually, I know I should be saying this, but those eyes look like they're about to come out. About to come out of his head.
Engineering, and fear-based propaganda to manipulate the population and oversee all the important institutions and organizations in the world, such as the United Nations and the World Bank.
Who stands above the military, royalty, and above celebrities? They do. Who directs the press, the Fed, and the universities? They do.
Do you agree with our list?
I just don't think people they can't agree on simple things like currency, stuff like that. Nobody can agree on it. So are we really going to have some new world order? Really? They can't agree on anything. Nobody can agree on anything. It's just... No. I just don't believe it.
List?
There's much evidence to support it.
Theories. There are theories.
What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
And what about the processed foods we're already eating and drinking?
So that's the video, guys. Let's move on to the outro. So there you have it, guys. That was the video. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. Let me know put down in the comments your favourite conspiracy theory of all time. It could be anything, as long as because then what I might do is I might go through the comments and collect all the conspiracy theories and try and research them and try and do a longer video in the future, just talking about conspiracy theories, and I might get someone else on to help talk about them, get a guest on. So let me know what you think about that idea. Like the video, don't forget to subscribe and leave notifications on so you're notified of every single video. Like the video, comment down below anything you'd like to see on the channel, comment down below anything you'd like, anybody you'd like to get on the channel. And that will be it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, follow me on TikTok, they're all linked down below. Subscribe to my Footy Fridays podcast that I have with my mate Declan. We haven't posted recently, but we've been a bit busy with everything else. So, like I said, subscribe to that. Subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. Like the video, comment down below, and that'll be it. And I'll see you guys next week for another video. Goodbye.